Nope. Retreat. Read for read. Yes, reasonable. Finally, I'm not even gonna bother reading the fucking options. I thought one of them was like, move up ahead or listen. Fuck that. Retreat. This is obviously a trap. I can already tell. She might not be a demon, but whosoever she was aiding a fucking demon. I'm out. Reasonable. Here lies a reasonable person. May not end up on anyone's tombstone, but it might keep you alive a little longer. The demon can smell you wonder. Probably. I suspect that the demon was not joking when she told Anne that she could smell the dark elf. I have changed my appearance but not my scent. Best I gain some distance. There's no profit in messing around with the fiend anyway. As you recall, the pendant around her neck looked valuable. But if you want valuable jewelry, there are far easier marks in this castle than a demon. Focusing on staying silent, you creep down the stairways, then along the hall. Gradually, Egra returns to your mind, a wise retreat champion, she says. Funny, I thought you preferred taking the most dangerous path possible. You say, since when does the mighty O'Her prefer retreat? She giggles, my father invented retreat. Oh, that's funny, that's funny. Favor decreases 1, what happened? My father has now granted us an illusionary scent in case the demon tries to track us by sense of smell. And handy, you say. How many spells does your father grant that I do not know about? Many, says Egra. Continue to be worthy champion. Perhaps you will learn of them. Well, it's difficult to be an effective champion without being an informed champion. Anyway, I suppose I should continue a search for Kriya, you say. And disappoint a new friend, Anne? Says Egra with a lilt in your voice. Well, I do know where she is going, you say. The garden, wherever that is. I will guide you, says Egra. Cheerfully, I have a sense for these things. I don't think that's a good idea to go there. I mean, she may not know that the other person is a demon, but I'm not sure that she doesn't know. And even if she doesn't know, this might serve to be a bit of an issue. But regardless, where are we? Okay, I will guide you, says Egra cheerfully. I have a sense for these things. There is little point in trusting a trickster godling. Anyone would know where the Sky Garden is, and so all you have to do is ask. It doesn't take long to find a servant scurrying around the hall, rubbing his hands together. Although his eyes wander over your modest clothing, he is polite and his directions are helpful. Hurry, champion, says Egra. Do not leave a lady waiting. As expected, the Sky Garden is in the open, with only the shadows of surrounding towers blocking the sun of the open sky. Narrow stone pathways interweave between trees, ornamental shrubs, and flowers. There are many statues here and a beautiful fountain gushing water through a sculpture of stonefish intertwined. A sculpture of stonefish intertwined with one another. It would be preferable if the stonefish had a little bit of gold on them, considering this is a rich sort of place, but okay. Although much of the garden is manicured, there is also wilder regions, particularly near the walls surrounding the garden, where there are thickets of trees and flowers, large enough to hide all sort of mischief. You wouldn't be surprised if whoever designed the garden had a romantic triest in mind. That would make sense. I was wondering why a lord would not make sure that his garden is trimmed. I guess that's one of the reasons. I suppose that makes sense. There are few people scattered throughout. One couple walks hand in hand near the fountain. A trio of little boys, all dressed in fine clothing with grass and dirt stains, stand off one path, trampling flowers. One boy has a small bow and a quiver of arrows. Another boy laughs in his sleeve as the third hops up and down excitedly. Quickly, the boy with the bow notches an arrow and fires, presumably at a statue of a stag. The arrow narrowly misses the stag's neck, arches over 30 meters or so, snaps against the wall of the keep. You there! The man from the couple shouts from across the way. No more of that. Yeah, I was wondering he was gonna hit someone or not. The two boys laugh as the hunter innocently looks up into the sky while making a poor attempt at hiding his bow behind his back. There is no sign of Anne. It looks like she made good on her promise to hide, you think. Or she's not here. She could have changed her mind, or she could have or has not yet arrived. These are the questions you ask when you wait on someone. It's so fucking annoying to wait on anyone, honestly. Neville's tongue. This could be nothing but a joke. I mean, we have phones now, but this is another thing. Have some confidence, champion. Egra chides. I have no idea what chides mean. I saw the desire in her eyes, and my father has prompted me that she's here, hidden. What does your father care about this, you say? He is not a love god. I suspect that when the god of trickery wants a tryst, it's not going to turn out well for someone, and I fear that someone is going to be me. But here now, your fantasy is within reach. Are you going to leave? There is no point in denying it. It doesn't take a godling to know that you are going to see this through. Well, yes, I will, but seriously. You consider the game that Anne invited you to play. Where is she hiding? Although there are plenty of hedges and statues to hide behind, you imagine that if she wanted privacy, she would pick large thicket of trees and bushes, flowers that border the wall on the far side of the garden. You would go over there and look for signs of her passage. You're no tracker, but even you should be able to tell where a person could penetrate the bushes. You could also sing a love song. You have always had a good voice and had some past success using serenades on the ladies. Another option would be to ask Egra to cast an illusion to disguise you as someone else, then try to draw it out. I don't think that's a good idea or a good use of favor either. I think singing to her is very cringe, but at the same time, I think singing to her would be very romantic, I guess. But then again, it could attract unnecessary attention. See, that's the thing. I don't know how many people are there. I mean, they already told us, but still, you know what? I mean, sing to her also sound very, basic. And it sounds very cringe. Like, I don't know. It's just like, these are medieval times, so shit is different then. So it's a little bit difficult for me to, wrap my head around that. But, you know what? Fuck it. Sing to her. That's so cringe. Of course, I think I see one of the boys laughing already. You jog into the middle of the garden and project out your voice. I once heard the song of a siren. Her voice lured me into the sea. She had eyes that sparkled like diamond, and from her I could never be free. The couples look at you, the man with a curious smile and the woman with a curious smile and the man with the raised eyebrows. The boy stops their roughhousing and stare at you. As you continue your song, the couples nod to you, perhaps thinking you are singing for their benefit. Okay, so the couples are okay with this. Okay then. Meanwhile, the boy with the bow dry fires his weapon at you with mock anger as the other boys laugh. Okay, so they're not laughing at me. First of all, dry firing your bow is a bad idea. I've heard that actually damages the bow. Because the momentum stays within the bow instead of going out with the arrow. But anyway, as you're saying, you make your way along the path towards the thicker hedges where you earlier expect. For fuck's sake, my mind is already editing words. I'm already thinking like where you earlier expected and I suspected is thicker, not whatever I was thinking. Suspected Anne to be. Soon you're out of sight of the other garden residents, now blocked by a series of trees and statues. As you finish the last stanza and are about to start a fresh one, there's a rustle in the grove nearby. Anne steps out and her fingers to her lips. You stop singing and smile. Well, there you are, my siren. She motions for you to follow her. Quickly you follow into the thicket. She leads you along a faint trail under the trees and into cover. She then turns to you, her eyes burning. Was it necessary to make such a show of yourself? She whispers. You did not enjoy it? You whisper back. Do you think a fair voice is all that is needed for all women on all occasion? She asks, crossing her arms. Okay, she did not like that. Eyes burning, I thought it was passion, but I guess she is angry. She's right. My champion has no imagination, says Egra. Okay, fuck off with that. I was thinking it's medieval times, and I knew it was kind of fuck off, but whatever. I'm just taking with my choice. Alright, fuck off. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. Her question sounds like. But fuck it. Let's just move on. Tamping down your annoyance, you whisper, "No, I use other tools." You almost bounce your eyebrows, but decide not to. That would have been hilarious if he bounced his eyebrows. Oh man. You gently slide your hand along her shoulder. She frowns, but she does not draw away. I insist on discretion, she says. I thought you understood that when you asked for somewhere private. Then you made a show of yourself. But there's like 4 people here. Who the fuck cares? You shrug. Apologies, but it worked. I found you. That was the game. You wrap both arms around her. Okay. drawing her in close. I appreciate boldness in a man, but can do without fool recklessness, says Anne. She really didn't like that. Looking up at you. Her face is beginning to soften. Leaning down, you come only an inch from her lips. You run your fingertips lightly over her cheek. I was like, across her cheek, okay. Okay, so she's softening down. We're leaning in for the kiss. You run your fingertips lightly over her cheek. Okay, that's pretty hard. She begins to tremble and she pulls away. She pulls a vial out of her cleavage, uncorks it, tilts her head back, and upends the bottle as though to drink. Not a drop comes out. Neville's tongue. She curses as she recorks the bottle. Two things: poison or alcohol. It would be preferable it's alcohol. It would not be preferable it's poison, because if she dies, this is not gonna end well for me. Neville's tongue. She curses as she recorks the bottle. You gently take her hand and put it on your chest. She stares at your chest for a moment and looks up into your eyes. There is desire there. You move her hand to around your waist. Step in, run your fingertips tenderly down her jaw, down her neck. Okay, so she's like you know, how should I say this without, because I don't really have a camera on me right now. I'm not gonna fucking turn it on anyway. Think of like you know, your hand. Hold your hand out straight, like you know, you're just like your normal hand, and then fold the bottom two fingers a little bit towards the left at like a, I guess it's not 90 degree, 70 degree angle, I suppose, from your fingers. So it's like he's like putting that wedge in between, like her like he's tracing her jawline with the bottom two fingers, while the upper two fingers and the thumb caress her like cheek and cheekbone. Very cool. And then down the neck, I see. Pretty cool. Let's see. Again confused. Where the fuck am I? Slowly you lean in. Right, there it is. You move her hand to around your waist and step in and run your fingertips tenderly down her jaw, down her neck. Slowly you lean in while lightly cupping the back of her lower head. Okay, yeah, this is just fucked. This is who writes it like this? What is this? Slowly you lean in while gently cupping the back of her lower head. That's understandable. When you kiss, instead of when you kiss, you wouldn't be preferable if there's a comma and going like and then you kiss instead of when you kiss, which is understandable. They're trying to explain the situation, but that kills the fucking flow with this. When you kiss, her lips are soft and welcoming. Immediately, she slips her tongue into your mouth. Oh, she likes you, says Agra. You kiss her slowly, oh, I'm not gonna show you the photo just yet. You kiss her slowly, just as she begins to press further into the kiss. You draw away. Holding her hand, you gently tug her into the cover of the grove. She readily follows. As you get under the tree, she puts her hand on your side and maneuvers out in front of you, then breaks away. She looks at you sadly for a long moment, as though having second thoughts. But finally, she offers her hand to you. Follow me, I know where to go, she whispers. Oh, that's what she looks like? That looks like a demon to me. I don't know what's... There's something very eerie about this. I think throughout the entire series, whosoever the artist is who draws these scenes, he does a very good job of drawing like horrifying things. I remember like from the Wizard's Choice, there was a scene where, what was it? There was like a pig rat thingy, like a person with like a pig head or something like that, or like a rat head or something. They drew that looked amazing. There are like a few other things that they draw really well. When it comes to people, there's like a really eerie edge to them. I think the only person I know that this artist has drawn that in Wizard's Choice, Narissa. I think Narissa was shown in one panel and she looked pretty good. Other than that, everyone mostly looks just really creepy. But then again, the vampire Irenova was also looking pretty good, and also the fake illusion of the goblin lady was also pretty hot, except for the face, but that was intentional. But regardless, this is what she looks like. Decent rack. She's fair skin. I don't know why it looks like she's really like short. And her hand looks out of place, like it's photoshopped or something in there. Other than that, it's pretty decent, and she's also pretty good looking, and her green eyes are always you know, plus.